Hi guys, it's SugarPlumSimss here and welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building well actually we're not building anything, we are actually furnishing one of Devon Bumpkin's townhouses that he uploaded a couple weeks ago, and basically this is for a stuff pack competition that he's hosting, and basically we have to furnish the other townhouse that he didn't furnish in his video. And I was actually sort of, when I saw that there was an empty townhouse in his what's it called, like the video tour type thing at the beginning of his videos, I was actually already thinking that I kind of wanted to furnish it anyway myself because it looked really fun, and I definitely had a lot of fun furnishing it. I have to say though, it did take me like sort of a while to figure out what I actually wanted to do with it, because it is quite big. It has 4 stories, and I did actually have to cut out quite a bit because it was like 50 minutes of footage, and I didn't want to split it into 2 parts because I feel like I've done enough speed builds already that have been split into 2 parts. So instead I decided to cut out a few bits that I didn't think that you'd be as interested in. So I think I cut out the garage, a few of the bathrooms, and some of like my thought process when I'm building. So when I was trying to like figure out sort of color schemes and furniture and all that in some of the rooms, I did cut out a little bit of that as well. And yeah, hopefully I didn't cut out too much. I just didn't want to split it into 2 parts, and I thought 15 minutes was way too long, so I managed to cut it into about like 35 minutes, I think the total build is. Hopefully that's not too long either. I think I've done a build about that long anyway. So also sorry if my fan suddenly goes crazy because it is about I'm going to do a very brief estimate. It's about 5 billion degrees outside, because I don't know why. It's like a heat wave right now in England, and I honestly can't stand it. When I was living in England, no, not in England, I am in England. When I was living in Spain, sometimes the temperature would get to 40 degrees. That's Celsius. Oh, sorry. That's, I'm talking a bit too quickly. That's Celsius, so 40 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. It's quite a lot. And, I mean, then it was, like, still practically killing me, but, you know, it was bearable. Here, I just can't stand it, and it's only about 30 degrees Celsius. I think today it's nearly 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is the right sort of measurement of temperature, I guess. But yeah, it's very hot, so if my fan on my computer starts going, then that's why, because it's struggling just as much as me. So anyway, also sorry I haven't uploaded in the past week and a bit. I've actually been updating my channel a bit, so it has taken me kind of a while, and also I've been playing on Fantasia's server. So basically she has a Minecraft server that I think you had to apply with like applications or something, but I was like, I think one of the first few to actually get accepted onto the server, because as soon as I saw the video I basically clicked on it really quickly and applied and all that. But yeah, it's been really fun, and it's kind of gotten me a bit addicted to Minecraft again, so yeah, I need to stop that and start on more Sims, because I have been building a little bit, but I just haven't done enough basically. So yeah, this build is like, I don't even know what I was going to say just then. Yeah, my mouth was talking quicker than my brain could think. That's apparently a thing I do now. But this speed build actually took me a very long time to edit, because I think one of the reasons it was doing this, and I'll quickly explain it after this, but basically I accidentally recorded 10 hours of footage, and that wasn't even building, that was just like pitch black footage because I accidentally double clicked the record button, and thankfully my Sims wasn't still open, otherwise it would have been huge. Literally it would have been a few gigs or like 10 gigs or something, but luckily it wasn't it was only actually like a few megabyte because it was only recording black. Yeah, that was a thing I accidentally did, but it's okay, I did it down. The only problem is that because I had so much footage on Movie Maker, I think it basically made it so that it wasn't responding at all, really. And then after I like got rid of that 10 hours of footage, I still had about 50 minutes of footage left, and it was just not responding at all, and it was very annoying and slightly irritating. So yeah, I stuck through with it, and obviously here you can see the video is all edited down now, and a few cuts with what I already said about, but yeah, and I actually want to talk about a bit, what am I saying? I wanted to talk a bit more about sort of me redesigning my channel, I guess. I don't really know what you'd call it, but basically I've been redoing some thumbnail designs, and I've also redone a banner, because I wasn't really happy with my banner, even though it took me ages. It was just a bit messy and not really my style. So I redid one, and it's a lot more simplistic, which I really like, and the font I used I actually really love. I basically went the equivalent of CC shopping for font shopping, so I basically went on Devon, I think that's what it's called, and installed about a bazillion fonts from them, and I then spent about a few hours trying to figure out what I wanted my thumbnails to look like for speed builds, because honestly I wasn't very happy with my thumbnails, how they had kind of gotten, because for one, they didn't take me that long to make, which is kind of a plus, but I wanted a thumbnail that was fun to make, and my current thumbnail just wasn't very fun. It basically was very repetitive, and I just didn't really like it anymore. So I did redo one, and I definitely love the style I went for. I've basically done lots of bright colours, and I also made quite a pop, well, not pop, just like I've used a lot of fonts. What am I saying? Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because I think someone just walked up the stairs, but I used a couple fonts that are quite standoutish, and I used lots of bright colours because, I don't know, I really like that idea to use lots of fun colours. I did get a lot of inspiration from sort of a few channels that I'm subscribed to. I can't remember which ones actually, but there are a few that I sort of took inspiration from, but I really tried like my best to try and keep it my own, because I did actually find that one of my thumbnails was looking a bit too similar to, I can't remember what channel it is now, but I wanted to kind of change it up a bit so that it wasn't so similar, and I'm really happy how it turned out. I think it looks pretty cool, and hopefully it stands out a bit in your subscription feed, because that is kind of what I was going for. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and I also have a new icon which I spent a few years on. Well, not really, but I did spend a long time on it, and at first I wasn't actually going to use it because I am very attached to my old YouTube icon, but I decided that I might as well use it since I do really love it, and I did spend a lot of time on it, and I'm very happy how it looks and all that. And I've also used it in my new end screen, because I made a new end screen. I've just like upgraded my entire channel. Well, upgraded, I'm not sure. Updated is probably the better word to use, because I don't know whether it's an upgrade or whether it's a downgrade. I feel like it's an upgrade. You might think differently, but you know, each to I can't talk. Each to their own, I guess. But this living room I have kind of skipped because we're nearly done with it, but this living room I really love. It has a lot of pastels in it, and I think it still looks really modern, because Devon did say that he wants us to stick with a modern style, which I was going to do anyway, because I personally wouldn't have gone for like a traditional or bohemian style for this townhouse, but I had a lot of fun with colours because I really wanted to use lots of bright colours, and I think it all works out quite well. The only thing I will say though is that it doesn't flow as nicely as I would have hoped. Like this living room that I'm working on here, which is kind of like a separate lounge room that doesn't have a TV or anything in it, but this doesn't quite match the sort of brighter, colourful living room that I did, so yeah, I was trying to like sort of fit it in a bit better, but in the end I kind of sort of worked that into the backstory I did for this townhouse, so like hopefully that sort of speaks, I don't really know what I'm saying, but hopefully that makes sense and hopefully you understand me, because I don't really understand myself, frankly. But yeah, also see, I have like a lot of things I need to say in this speed vlog just because I haven't done one in a while, and it's all piling up in my brain, and I just need to sort of work through my list, well, my mental list. I don't really write lists for voiceovers unless I keep forgetting what I want to say, and then I will write one. But I have sort of been trying to figure out what I want to do for my A-levels. So I still have a year left of GCSE, which is, I have no idea for other like school systems, but I still have 1 year of my GCSEs left, which is, I don't like school, but you know, you have to do it. And then I have been trying to figure out what I want to do for A-levels, so I don't actually know yet whether I'm going to be doing my A-levels at like a school or at a college. So like college isn't, college for the UK is from 16 to 18, and then university is sort of like anywhere from 18, and then lots of people or like adults go to do courses there. So yeah, and I've decided I think I want to do, so I've kind of chosen like 4 or 5 I might do, but one of them, no, like 2 of them are a maybe, and then the rest I definitely want to do. So I basically want to do, well, this is also depending on what like the college slash school I go to has to like offer for their A-levels, but I want to do philosophy, like fine arts, classical civilization, and then there was maths and French. I don't know, I think I might do either like maths or French to AS level. I don't know if you can do maths to AS level, I don't know. Also, people in like countries other than England probably have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but you know, it's cool. Well, not really, but I'm sure you can probably research a little bit if you are curious. So yeah, those are kind of the A-levels I kind of want to do. And I mean, I don't think every college does philosophy, I don't actually know, and I know pretty much all colleges do art and maths, and a lot do classical civilization, which is basically like learning about ancient Greek and Roman civilization and like their culture and stuff, which sounded really interesting to me. And philosophy is, I think, the study of thought or something, which also sounds very interesting, and my mum also said I would probably quite like it. So those are kind of the ones I've picked, and they're not really final because I still have a year to decide if I change my mind. But now I kind of have more of a goal to work to, which is quite nice, because before I didn't really know what I wanted to do at college, and now I kind of have an idea now that I've sort of browsed through all the sort of like available options. And I've also been quite into art actually, so I already mentioned how I sort of set up an art Instagram, which by the way I haven't really done anything else to, which is kind of sad, and I should probably work on that. But I've also done, well, that icon that I made is quite sort of artsy, I guess, and it required a lot of blending. I have to say, I didn't even realize there was a blending tool in GIMP until my mum showed me. So yeah, that was helpful, and it would have probably saved me a few hours, you know, of having to try and manually blend it when there was actually a blend tool, which was sort of made me a little bit frustrated. But yeah, I have had a lot of fun with sort of all the new channel things, and hopefully you do all like everything that's new, so like the icon, banner, thumbnails, and end screen. So the banner and the end screen didn't actually take me that long, apart from the plum bob I made in the end screen, which did take me like the longest. And yeah, I am very happy with all of them, and I am, well, actually, because in A-levels you can do graphic design, or like I think some colleges call it graphic communications, but it didn't really sound that appealing to me when I was reading sort of what it looks at, so I changed it to fine art instead, because I think that looks a bit into more of what I would like to do. So yeah, it's quite cool and everything. And we are working on the living room, so I did cut out a little bit there because, well, actually I don't even know what we were working on just then. I think we're just sort of trying to figure out how to fit this more into the rest of the townhouse, because this living room in particular looked a little bit out of place. And you will also see that bedroom and the sort of games room on the second floor, or is that the third floor? I think it's the third floor actually. Those do actually go because I changed them because I'm not very happy with them, so I didn't include them in this video because I don't know, I just feel like it would be a bit of a waste of time to watch, so yeah, I didn't keep those. And then this bedroom down here that I'm working on right now is like a teen boys room, or that's sort of what I envision, because Devon did say it would like help us probably if we sort of worked out who we wanted to live in this townhouse. And for me, I envision like 2 daughters, probably one of them's like a child and one a teen, and then a teenage boy, and then the parents, and that was kind of what I imagined. And it's, yeah, I guess it suits that type of family, I guess. The mum is supposed to be a bit more artsy, which is why on the 4th floor I sort of made like an art room, and there's also a lot of there's like an easel or 2 scattered around the house, and then there's quite a few sort of spare canvases. And I don't know, I tried to make it sort of look like a more modern family was living here, but then like one of the family members was more artistic, so hopefully that came across in this. And I actually really like this bedroom. I think it's one of my favourite bedrooms in the house. And then like the child's bedroom, or like this is the child's bedroom, but the 2 girls' bedroom, or like the twin room, I think I would have liked it if it was a little bit smaller, just because I didn't include enough for it to look sort of full. And also it definitely looks like the younger child's side has sort of spread onto the older child's teen's side, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So yeah, and also sorry, this voiceover is all over the place. I do apologise for that. I think it's just because I haven't recorded the voiceover in a week and a bit, almost like 2 weeks actually. So I have not recorded one, and I need to record more often. Actually, I am nearly finished with school. I just have some end of year exams, which are not really exams, they're more like tests, because they're not going to hold you back if you don't get a good mark, but those I have to do, and then I am pretty much free for 2 months to do whatever I want. That is, my mum will probably make me study things just so that I don't get completely behind or anything, which, I mean, you know, I was kind of hoping I'd have complete freedom this summer, but, you know. And my older sister and I are also planning to go on sort of like jogs or / walks, because let's be realistic here, every morning this summer, which is going to probably be very hot, and it's also probably going to be quite fun actually, because I really do want to sort of start jogging and running and stuff, but I just don't know, like, I wouldn't want to do it by myself, and I'm also not very fit. I can't run very fast, so hopefully this should get me into shape a little bit better, and it will also be quite fun. And yeah, so this is the 2 teen / child's bedroom. I don't know, it depends what you want to use this for, if you do want to use it, but I try to keep it well, it's slightly more separate to the house actually. It doesn't have a similar style to the rest of the house. I tried to keep it somewhat modern, but then a lot of the furniture does look slightly more, I don't know, is it like Scandinavian or something? I don't know, those bed frames do look, they don't really look modern, but at the same time, they probably actually look a little bit more traditional. I don't, like maybe 19th century, that kind of era, I have no idea. But yeah, and it's also my birthday actually, that is coming up in 2.5 weeks. I have no idea. It's the 21st today, and my birthday's the 12th, so that's like, yeah, it's about 20 days, so that's about a week and a half, I think, or no, that's 2 weeks and a half. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday yet, whether I'm just gonna stay in with my family, because that's something I usually just do, because, you know, I don't really have any friends to hang out with, or like in real life, so my older sister did say she wanted to sort of make like a party type thing just for my family, which should be quite fun, and hopefully it will give me something to do during the day. And then I don't actually know, I haven't like asked for anything, well, I have actually asked for presents and stuff, but I'm not really expecting everything, so my older sister did say she'd get me something bigger now that she has a job and it seems to pay a decent amount, so she said she'd probably either get me like a bed frame or the microphone that I asked for, which would be amazing because I don't have a bed frame right now. I only have a mattress, and I mean the bed frame I asked for is kind of expensive, so I wouldn't like expect her to get it, but if she did, that would be like so cool. And I also like, the microphone is the one thing I really want, and if I don't get it on my birthday, then I'll probably just buy it myself, because I just really want a microphone. That's like the one thing I've really wanted for a few months now, so hopefully I do get that, although I haven't actually asked for it yet. Like, I've said I wanted a microphone, but I haven't said which one, so I should probably get on that and hint it, not just straight out ask for it, because I'm not the best at asking for things. I don't really like to ask what I like for what I want. Like, if I'm in a shop, like the supermarket with my dad or my mum or something, and I see something I want, I don't really ask for it. I just sort of like accept that I probably won't get it because I haven't asked for it, and then just, you know, move on with my life. That's kind of me. I think I've gotten a little bit better. Like, if I want something, I'll kind of like ask if I can have it, and yeah, that's, well, it's more with food to be honest, but now that I've been eating more of like a clean, healthy diet, I say that after I literally ate like 2 donuts last week. I do regret those actually, because I was trying to do no sugar for 30 days before my birthday, but I did have like 2 donuts and 2 ice creams because I went to a fair, and then because all the food at the fair was so expensive, we just went to like Sainsbury's and bought donuts and ice cream because, you know, it's basically the same thing, and, you know, I ended up eating way too much, so yeah, I do regret that. But I'm back on track now. I haven't eaten any sugar for like 2 days, so yeah, world record everyone. And I've also just been eating quite cleanly, and I'm also like a pescatarian now, which is, you know, it's not actually that hard because I don't actually eat much meat anyway. Like, my family had chicken the other day, apart from my mum because she's also a vegetarian, and I mean, I didn't really miss out much because I had vegetarian spring rolls, which were very nice actually. And I'm also trying to sort of get immunity, well, that's not really the word, but I do want to sort of build up my spice tolerance because it's very weak right now. I can't have I can't talk, but I can't have much spicy food without really feeling it. So yeah, I did have like this sweet chili sauce that was a medium intensity, that was very spicy, but I tried to live through it anyway, and I did. And do I regret it? No, except my tongue was basically numb by the end of it, you know. So also at the top of this townhouse I did use a hot tub, and I haven't used a hot tub yet since getting the perfect patio pack, so I was quite happy to use that finally, since I've always really wanted to use the hot tubs, and they look really nice actually, and I do really love the seating that came with perfect patio. I've always wanted those little chairs to make sunbeds, because that is my life goal, you know, making sunbeds in Sims 4, you know, always has been. But yeah, and also I don't know whether changing the flooring on the exterior of the house was like cheating. I don't think it would have been, but I changed like a tiny section of this of the flooring on the top part of the roof just to add some grass for like this greenery stuff, but you know, if that's cheating, then I guess I'm disqualified now, you know. Well, he wouldn't do that, I'm sure. Devon would be nice enough to ignore that, and also I did cut out, I think actually I cut out, I can't remember, but I did do like a little outside eating area on the second floor, and I did actually put a light up, which I didn't realise the seating area was like 2 stories, so the light was basically floating, and I noticed that after uploading it already to the gallery, so I actually ended up re-uploading this build 3 times. Yeah, it took me quite a long time to do, but anyway, oh actually I was about to end this off because I mean I've kind of run out of things to say, but I remembered that I forgot to mention kind of at some point in this video that I am very, very close to reaching 300 subscribers, which I am very excited about, and you know, I didn't realise it would come so soon. Well, I mean, it has been quite a long time since I reached 200 subscribers. I think it's been like 2 months. But you know, I feel like my channel growth has been slightly more slow since I haven't uploaded as much as I did like 2 months ago or something, but you know, I am definitely going to be uploading a lot more in the summer, and hopefully I'll be uploading some Let's Plays when I get a new microphone, which, you know, at some point, I don't know when it will be, but hopefully it will be sometime soon. But yeah, by the time you're watching this, I feel like I'll probably have already reached 300 subscribers, or be like 3 away or something, so I just wanted to say a big thank you in advance, because I don't actually know what I'm going to be doing for my sort of subscriber special thing, because you know, it's kind of customary that you always do one sort of at every big milestone, and I honestly don't know what to do. See, I had a build that I was working on that I was really loving as I was working on it, and then when I was sort of looking back on it, because I was about to start building, I was gonna like continue building it, and I kind of realised it wasn't as good as I thought it was, so you know, that was kind of slightly disappointing. But before I checked back on it, it was going to be like my 300 subscriber special, just because I loved it so much. But now I'm not so sure. If you want me to do a Q&A, I can, but I just don't know how many questions I'll be able to get, because I don't know how many people will actually like want to ask questions. So if I get like enough people saying a Q&A, then I will do a Q&A. That's question and answer for anyone who doesn't know, although I'm pretty sure everyone does know. Although I could also do like another build, as I did like 100 subscriber special build, and I think my 200 subscriber build, 200 subscriber special was also a build. I can't remember though, that's kind of bad, but just let me know what you'd like to see. Any suggestions are obviously welcome, especially from like subscribers, because you know, you guys are the ones who are helping me reach all these milestones, so obviously you should be able to get to decide. So just let me know, and I will definitely sort of add it to my list of ideas. And if your idea doesn't get chosen for this time, maybe I can do it again if we ever reach like 400 subscribers or 500 subscribers. Although I feel like for 500 subscribers I want to do a giveaway or something, or maybe I'll save that for 1,000, I don't know yet. But anyway, I will probably end it off here because we are kind of close to the end. I did have like 2 minutes of screenshots just because I couldn't pick out the ones I wanted, so it's kind of a bit more, a few more screenshots, but hopefully you enjoy those. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, remember to give this a big like and also subscribe if you're new. And also you can check out my Twitter if you like, it's always down in the description. Even though this isn't really my outro, I've added on a few bits. But anyway, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!